One of the most popular phones this festive season has been the Samsung Galaxy S23FE, and we all know the reason why. And now we have the upgrade, the Samsung Galaxy S24FE, or the Fan Edition. Sorry for that bad joke. Whoever made this one needs to be fired. Alright, bad jokes aside, this phone has to be the biggest upgrade to the FE lineup that Samsung has made till date. And quite literally at that. Now, if you're wondering why and how it is the biggest update, well, stay tuned with me. Hi, I'm Ashar. You're watching Trakin English, your destination for detailed, incisive gadget reviews. Now, one look at the Galaxy S24FE and you can tell that this is a Samsung phone. Of course, you get a glass sandwich structure with an aluminum frame which holds it sturdily. And the similarity that's across Samsung phones are these three camera rings that have been aligned vertically in a straight line. But the two things that stood out to me in the design is that this is no longer a small phone, it's actually a bigger phone now, plus it's extremely well built. In fact, I think that it's actually as sturdy as any Samsung Galaxy S series phone. Now, talking about the size, this phone is actually slightly larger than even the S24 Plus. Now, talking about sturdiness, of course, you get the standard IP68 rating, but the glass on the rear and the front has been fortified by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, which is an upgrade from Gorilla Glass 5 on the Samsung Galaxy S23FE. So if I do this, wow. See this? Nothing. Now, while the phone is big, it also weighs around 213 grams, but the weight distribution has been done fairly well for you to not feel it weighing down on your hand, and it's comfortable to hold and use as well. But of course, it's not going to be easy to use it with single hand. But what I do like about the S24FE is that the edges are very well rounded and they don't dig into your palms. My only tiny gripe with the design has to be the fact that the power button and the volume rocker are placed slightly higher than I would have liked. It takes a little bit of learning curve, but once you learn it, it's okay. Now, I do like this blue color variant that Samsung has sent over, but the mint one is my favorite. And I'm sure that Trakin English is also your favorite tech channel. Alright, I'm not fishing for compliments, but if you like our work, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and support us. Of course, the display has also gone up in size now, so you get a 6.7-inch panel. But it's a quality Samsung panel with 120Hz of refresh rate and HDR content playback as well. And when we checked, support for HDR is also available on Netflix. Samsung has also upped the peak brightness to 1900 nits now. In general, the HDR content just pops on this display, especially if you're watching it in vivid mode. But if you want something that's more naturally tuned, you've also got a natural mode. Also, thanks to the high peak brightness, the display is fairly visible under bright direct sunlight as well. Samsung has fixed one of the problems we had with the S23FE and has reduced the size of the bezels, which is definitely a step in the right direction, but it's not symmetrical, which I would have definitely appreciated. Plus, it would have been nice to have an LTPO panel and a PWM dimming rating, which is higher. Now, haptic feedback in our testing wasn't very strong in its impact, but it was tight and precise, so that's not too bad. You also get an optical in-display fingerprint scanner. It is really fast to unlock, but it's placed slightly lower than I would have liked. Now, to close off the multimedia experience, you do get stereo speakers, and these stereo speakers actually sound loud, they sound rich, clear, and crisp too. Now, with the new Samsung Galaxy S24FE, you get the Exynos 2400E. Now, only difference between the Exynos 2400 inside the S24 and the S24 Plus and this Exynos 2400E is that the E variant has a slightly lower clocked prime core. Now, Samsung says that they've done this for better thermal efficiency. And in our Genshin Impact test, where we play the game at highest graphics and 60 frames per second, we got an average of 53 frames per second, which is not too bad. But more importantly, the device skin temperature reached 45.5 degrees, which is well within our range whenever we test Genshin Impact. In fact, some phones have even touched 50 and 51 degrees, so Samsung's actually done a better job. Plus, there is now a vapor cooling chamber inside this phone. In our CPU throttle test, where we engaged 40 threads for 30 minutes, we got a CPU stability of 65%. And in AnTuTu, we also got a very respectable 1.59 million. Also, more importantly, with the S24FE, Samsung has actually added UFS 4.0 storage, which means that the read-write speeds are some of the best or proper flagship grade. Now, if you don't want to play Genshin, you can also play Call of Duty at 120 FPS and PUBG at 90 FPS, so that's pretty good too. After testing it, I'm happy with the performance of the Exynos 2400E. It's definitely performing better than the Tensor G4 inside the Pixel 9, and that phone is way more expensive. Oh, by the way, I completely forgot, you get support for ray tracing now for when ray tracing games come in the future. But for now, you can take a look at the Solar base cores. Now, the phone is also available in two variants, and both the variants come with 8GB of LPDDR5X RAM type, and of course, you get either 128GB or 256GB of UFS 4.0 storage. But I'm not so sure if the base 128GB comes with UFS 4.0 or UFS 3.1. Once I get the answer, I'll definitely let you guys know in the pinned comments. Now, on the S24FE, Samsung has also increased increased the battery size to about 4700 mAh, and with the improved 4nm fabrication process of the Exynos 2400E and better thermal efficiency, you can expect better battery life, but we haven't tested it extensively. Also, wired charging speeds continue to be 25 watts and wireless charging speeds are 15 watts, and you can of course reverse wireless charge your products on the phone as well. Now, with respect to network connectivity, you get literally support for umpteen 5G bands. The call quality was actually pretty good. We also get support for Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3 and NFC with Samsung Wallet, which by the way is one of my favorite features in Samsung phones. The best aspect of the Samsung Galaxy S24FE has to be the software experience. So what you get is One UI 6.1 based on Android 14, and the phone is already running the October security patch. Samsung has been really good with software updates, plus the company also promises 7 years of OS updates and 7 years of security updates. This is the maximum that any company promises for any smartphone. Of course, One UI 6.1 experience feels refined and very nice to use on this phone, plus the animations are damn smooth now. Samsung fans will attest to that. But more importantly, it's also been a stutter-free and bug-free experience, something I can't even say about the new iOS 18 update. Now, apart from that, One UI also gives you all of the Samsung goodness like DeX and Good Lock and Samsung Knox. There's a bunch of awesome Samsung features. But most importantly, the S24FE supports all of the Galaxy AI suite of features, which is damn nice. For example, you get call assist, there's chat assist, there's the interpreter mode and transcript assist as well. Plus, of course, circle to search is here, and that has to be one of my most used AI features. By the way, with circle to search, you can also now solve your math problems. So if you're a student, that's really nice. Plus, you've got overlay translate. Basically, you just need to show your phone to any text that you want to translate and it'll do that for you. And then you can also translate any PDF as well. And there's also sketch to image. So basically, after you've taken a picture, you can just draw something on it and it will actually add that object or subject, whatever it is, in the picture, and it does it really well. Now, Galaxy AI, of course, also extends to the camera and you get a lot of AI features. Firstly, the Samsung Galaxy S24FE also supports instant slow-mo. So if you shoot a 4K 60fps video and play it back in the gallery and just long press it and hold it, you can instantly create a slow motion video. Basically, Samsung intersperses frames in between to create this, and it's done exceptionally well. This is one of the best Samsung features in recent times. There are a bunch of other AI tools like AI background fill, recomposition. You can also remaster the photos, and you've got AI object eraser. By the way, features like Portrait Studio, which were introduced with the Galaxy Z Fold 6, are also available on the S24FE. So the entire Galaxy suite of features are here. The camera also has the same Pro Visual engine that's used in Galaxy S24 series, so you do get better night portraits and a super HDR algorithm as well. One of the interesting things that you can do with this phone is that you can shoot with the Instagram camera, and it actually does shoot super HDR videos and photos, and it uploads to Instagram directly. And if you have a display that supports it, you will see really bright highlights. Now, all of these AI features are definitely helpful, primarily because the hardware is virtually unchanged from the S23FE. But I can say with a fair bit of confidence that the new ISP and the upgraded algorithm means that the phone is actually taking better photos and videos now. Firstly, we noticed a great amount of details in pictures captured by the primary camera. And in case you want more details, then you can use Samsung's remaster feature. Plus, the HDR performance really surprised me. Take a look at these pictures. They do look pretty good. In fact, you also get great HDR performance even with the ultra-wide-angle camera. And this 12MP ultra-wide-angle camera also captures great details as well. And not just in daylight, but also in low light. This is one of the nicer 12MP ultra-wides that we've tested. Now, the skin tones with the primary camera had a bit of a red cast, but with the 3x camera, it's actually better. You get a nice warm look, and I really like the 3x camera's performance. The only thing that I want Samsung to do with the FE next year is to upgrade that 8 megapixel sensor on the 3x telephoto. The portraits that we got from them look very, very nice. Samsung's portrait quality is pretty good. The low light performance of the primary camera is also really good and better than I expected it to be. Now, with respect to video recording, you can shoot at 4K 60fps with the primary camera and 4K 60fps with the selfie camera. But with the ultrawide and the telephoto, you can shoot only at 4K 30fps. But the quality of video is really good, and so is the quality of the audio.
Recorded using the Galaxy S24FE. It's recording at 4K 30fps. There's a natural depth of field behind Sridhar, as you can see, while shooting using the 3x.
In the limited testing that we've done with the Samsung Galaxy S24FE's cameras, we're generally happy with the performance and the outputs. But of course, more testing is needed to check out how it compares against the competition, which we shall definitely do, and stay tuned for that. Alright, for a limited period, the S24FE is going to be available for 60,000 rupees for the 256GB variant with a 6,000 rupee bank cashback offer. Now, unlike the FE phones of the past, this phone is is closest to the S series that they've ever come with the FE lineup. There are far fewer corners being cut, and I really appreciate that. Now, compared to the smaller Samsung Galaxy S24, of course, you'll get better battery life because of the larger battery. And compared to the larger Galaxy S24 Plus, well, this one's more affordable. And of course, it also doesn't cut too many corners, like I mentioned. I think Samsung has made the right changes with the Galaxy S24 FE, and it makes a lot of sense now. Now, what do you folks think? Let me know in the comment section below. And what kind of content would you like to see around the S24 FE? Please let us know that as well. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep tracking and stay safe.